Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. And unfortunately, empty chairs around us. So that means I'm your host again this evening. Nice quiet studio, peaceful. So I'm not doing the peaceful hour call. Hope everyone's keeping well out there. Hope you've enjoyed your football over the weekend. We certainly have. We've had a lot of great games to watch. I've been absolutely drenched. And today was an exception. It was absolutely well worth the travel to go and watch some football games. Beautiful. Sunshine, beautiful. And I was just leaning on a barrier. I took my County FA coat off today. Wasn't going to do anything official. And I just wanted to relax and watch a bit of football, which I did. Everything was great. Smiling faces. You may have seen me post in the morning. Put a post on in the morning, just wishing everyone all the best, be safe and enjoy, smile, encourage. That's what grassroots football is all about. But we have the massive worries, don't we? Because again, as I'm down there, just, talking and minding my own business, I did get a few comments, by the way, that carried on most of the day. Was, hi Mal, where'd you park your car? Expected. It really was. I couldn't think of anything else. That was fitting, I suppose, for the story that I put out, and it was well accepted, I must admit. Douglas Connor, thank you very, very much indeed for all your comments to me last night. And he even said for me to leave some crumbs as he thought about that to find my way back to my car. Thank you very much, Doug. Yes, comments, absolutely brilliant. I was getting them all night actually, and not just on the football today. But what do we expect? You do a stupid mistake, you've got to live by your mistakes, you've got to get the stick that you well deserved. And it was thanks to Mr. Paul Rudkin, the Rudd, who brought that up. And yes, I was hoping to get it, but obviously being on air, I had to then answer it, didn't I? So maybe one day we'll get the Rudd back. Anyway, lovely studio. Hansel and Gretel on here. That's Paul and Dan. Lovely clean floor, no crumbs, brushing them all up. Don't need to. Great, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, I forgot yesterday as well. No doubt the Rudd will be in next week and make amends for all the mistakes that he, all the crumbs that are on the floor. Excuse me. But hey ho, football was back and it was great over the weekends. A lot of tough games out there. A lot of kids smiling. A lot of enjoyment. Referees were looked after. You can't really grumble, and I think the reporter, no doubt I'll get that off Wayne, who was down at Jericho Lane, if he's got some games today. But I'll tell you, the feedback will just be just the same as ours. People were enjoying the sun, you could see his smiling faces. But the worry was, we all talk about COVID-19 because it won't go away. And we've said that over the last couple of days, it won't go away. And we've got this 3-tier thing that's coming in now that everyone is talking about. And the rumours are very, very strong indeed, basically stating that non-professional football games will not take place anymore. This is what we're hearing. Now that's coming out tomorrow. Don't want to worry everyone there, but they are strong rumours. When you say strong rumours, this was put out on BBC website the other evening about what we're expecting in Liverpool here, and I think the North East, Paul down in Newcastle, Sunderland, I think they're expecting these results as well. We done World Mental Health Day yesterday, didn't we? We just had a little mention of it, obviously, because everyone wanted to get involved in that, and we don't blame them because football is a massive thing in World Mental Health Day. But not just that, it affects many, many people indeed. Now, if there's no sport and activities taking place again, and basically everyone under lockdown, mental health, because we've got people suffering with mental health now, losing their jobs. Furlough, it's over on November the 1st, I think. But I know many around me as well have been furloughed and laid off and losing their jobs, and I think it's getting horrendous now. No end to this. That dream has become a nightmare. And I think it's the same for everyone out there. not just in grassroots football and everything that you do, it's affecting all of us, no matter what it is, businesses, life in general, just life in general. Don't have to go through businesses, don't have to go through sport and activities. It's just affecting everyone. And seeing those kids today, yesterday, and on Friday evening, smiling, you know, you can just lean on a barrier and just take it all in, because the kids know no different. They just think it's great to turn up for their football. They're enjoying themselves. They don't look at the news like we are now. You don't want to look at the news, but you're forced to look at the news. And it's always depressing. Is news ever good? I wish we could all ban that for life. But unfortunately we can't, and here's me sitting here giving you the news. What am I talking about? Dear me. But it is what we're talking about. And it's COVID-19. Let's just hope, please, 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 they go easy and businesses can do business. We can start or carry on, continue with the sport activities, because it's going to put a lot of people down, especially with a lot of schools closing again. We have to worry about that. But give us some feedback about your games. Let's just go off that subject and let's just see what tomorrow brings as well. Boris, please be kind to everyone all over this country, please. Yes, football. I forgot to mention yesterday, give a few sponsors out. I think Colin got it. I wasn't too sure. Colin has been in touch with me and just going to have a sip of tea because it's been a tiring weekend. Out and about of football, back at work next week myself. After a week in Turkey, yeah, week in Turkey, no chance of that one either. Supposed to come back Saturday morning. I was going to go to football with a lovely tan just to show it off. But hey ho, no tan, no Turkey, no holiday. So, but it was lovely and sunny, I must admit. Not as sunny it would have been in Turkey, like, but hey ho, this is the way we go, isn't it? We have to continue on with whatever we're doing. And fingers crossed, whatever we're doing is successful for each and every one of us. But Quarry Green, I must admit, for the club up and coming, and I'd like to know more about your sponsors, because we'd like to give them some feedback. And it's the IBS equipment. This is for Quarry Green, their sponsors who've helped them out for another year. Fantastic. Cozy Beds, Zygon Repair, Greenbank Property, The Cutting Garden, Broad Green Fish and Chips, Kirby Blinds. What more could we ask for? Is there anything else? No, I think we've got it all there. Repair centres, and you know what Quarry Green did say to me, out of all those sponsors, you can pick one, someone free. And we also forgot Speedo Mick, and I can imagine Colin now screaming at me, what about his foundation, Mal? Well, there you go, we just mentioned that. Well, Colin, we'll have to get Speedo Mick in here one day if we possibly can, and he can chat to us about his walks and what he's done. He doesn't have to bring his Speedos, not in his studio, not allowed, please. No, normal Mick, please get in here and tell us all about your activities and what you've done, your success stories. And I know you're in agony after your walk, but well done to Speedo Mick, and I'm sure Col will get in touch with him, and we'll have a little chat to him if he comes along to the studio. It'll be brilliant, because I know Merseysiders would love to hear his story, especially from us, grassroots, because I know Speedo is involved in grassroots a lot. Anyway, out of all those sponsors, Quarry Green said I can pick something free after all of them, so I'm going to go for Greenbank Properties, please, and I'd like a free house, if you don't mind. Doubt if I'll get that. Doubt if I'll get it. No, it's alright. Anyone is deserving a mention who's looking after all these teams in grassroots football, keeping the kids in kits, keeping the kids in equipment. This is fantastic, and keeping the managers happy as well, because otherwise they'd have to do all kinds of fundraising, which they do anyway, to raise more funds to make sure that their games go ahead week in, week out. That's what grassroots football is all about, is it not? Yes, it is. And referees as well. We talked about DBS checks and everything yesterday, and I think my voice is starting to go. It's getting to that side of things, or that time of year where I lose my voice somewhere. But anyway, as Paul said to me yesterday on the show, me stuck for words never been known. Thank you very much, the Rud. But hey ho, life goes on, and we just want to carry on with everything that we're doing in grassroots football. So if you've got any mentions that you'd like to give to all these sponsors from your team, give us a shout, put it in there, you know, where we'd like to give them a mention. thanking them because, as I say, it's tough times, and if businesses can still sponsor teams, fantastic, doing well, and you know, you must have hearts of goals there as well. So I respect that, and we all respect it, and I think it's absolutely fantastic as to what you're doing. But any businesses, any sponsors who'd like to get in touch with us, we'll give you a mention. We'll thank you. Excuse me. We'll thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because if you're keeping the kids playing, that is what it's all about. And we talked about DBS checks as well, all the referees getting them in, the coaches getting them in. That's what it's all about. Stop shouting, by the way, all you coaches and everything on the touchlines towards the referees. It's always ref, ref. It's always that. You'll always notice that, ref. We'll film you one day and we'll show you that. We'll play it back to you, and then you give us some feedback. But we're looking forward to getting some of the managers in the show, as well as some top names in the near future as well. You're going to be surprised who's coming in to the studio. Looking good, as I say, we have promised you, and I can't wait to get these in and interview them, and maybe one or two of the kids can interview them as well if we have the young commentators back. Well, that's what we're looking forward to. Young commentators, we'll have them out and about as well, commentating. The equipment is ordered, and we'll have some new equipment in hopefully next week. I'll brag about that as well. And we're on to our new design, our new t-shirts for the studio as well. I'm looking forward to choosing them and working them out with the sponsors on, not sponsors, just the names on and things like that. And KCC Live, they'll be on there as well. And we'll be having our own show on a Tuesday evening, and I'm pushing Dan for one at the weekend as well. I've got to hold our show because everyone comes home. We can talk Premier League, can't we? Yeah, the results there. We can talk your results. We can talk about the young commentators, what games they went out to cover, to commentate on, to learn, to develop their skills. Roving reporters. This is what we want for the future. We're going to be very, very busy, and we have been very, very busy. You wouldn't think we were a not-for-profit organisation or a CIC, community interest company, which is the next best thing as opposed to charity. We're not. Everything that we make is all voluntary. Everything that we do is all voluntary. We don't get paid. I've done 18 years of this, not 18 years of CIC, but 40 odd years of voluntary work anyway. Just like all you coaches out there who are running teams, doing all for nothing, committee members doing all for nothing. That's what the football family is all about. People working together, teamwork. God, without us, where would grassroots football be? But hey ho, this is what we're in it for, and I want you managers to start sending me in messages. Thank you very, very much indeed for the ones who send me in saying they're enjoying the show. And there's nothing better than the grassroots football show. It's going to get better, bigger and better, because we'll have our own show 8 till 9 on a Tuesday evening. Dan's sorting all that out for us. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to your requests. Bit of music. Can we have a bit of music? Dan, let us know what we can play, or what you can play while you're with us on that show, because we look forward to some requests coming in as well. So if your kids have got birthdays, if your kids are doing something different other than football, or they are football, and how they got on the results, the games are off, and this is what we want to enter, this is what we want to bring in to our GRR, Grassroots Radio, one-to-one show. Yes, we'll be out and about, we'll be taking interviews, we'll be bringing them back in. And little 5-minute interviews. I'm playing them on the show, I'm playing them on our show on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday as well, on DXTL TV from the touchlines. We want to get you involved, we want to get everyone involved, and we want to get rid of COVID, please, if we can. That's all we need to do. I'm just going to whiz on my WordPress site, and I'm just going to make sure that everything is still hunky-dory, it's all still going, up and running, and it is. Wow, even on my own. Nice quiet studio, as I said. Anyway, a massive thanks to Paul, massive thanks to Matt, Dan, and also Sophie, who's non-stop messaging me, night, day, you name it, because she really does want to get involved in the DXTL, inclusion. This is what it is, and Sophie has been fantastic getting these teams on board, disability teams, and apparently we might have MK Dons on board. Wow. So these are for tournaments that will be running in the very, very near future. We're keeping involved and updated on all them. We've got our hubs as well. People are asking me today about them, what are we doing with them? Well, I'll let you know after this announcement this week, because we've been waiting on announcements week in, week out, before we really want to go to town and start telling you all about the Ellesmere Port and also Ainsdale hubs. Wow, 3G, 4G pitches, all ready, all raring to go, getting new teams out there, getting these business tournaments going, getting other tournaments going, and probably, well, I've got a referee there today who's talked to, who'll find me the referees to get involved in these tournaments. To be handpicked, to be people who wear to Don't Cross the Line and know all about Don't Cross the Line and support Don't Cross the Line. They're the ones who will be getting involved with us, the ones who support us because we support them. It's as simple as that. Why support someone who doesn't support you? That's my motto. That's where we go. Anyone who supports us, we support them. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to support us, then don't expect our support. Hey, ho. Well, that's what Don't Cross the Line is all about, bringing people together since 2003 and continuing to bring together people till whenever it finishes. Because while there's parents around, irate parents around, at grassroots football, spectators, then Don't Cross the Line will be around forever and ever and ever and ever. We're looking forward to being around. So if you've got any news and views or ideas that you'd like to send in to us, especially about our Respect Awareness Weekends, we have put in for the date to the PGMOL with Mike Riley. We're just awaiting feedback off the Premier League to let us know what is happening, because they'll be wearing our t-shirts during the warm-ups all around the Premier League grounds. Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic for a not-for-profit organisation. Yes, voluntary organisation. We've had the support of all the top governing bodies, and we'll continue. We have Liverpool, Everton on board, Manchester United on board, Arsenal on board, Chelsea nearly on board, West Ham nearly on board. When I say nearly on board, these are the teams that will get back to you, and we're still waiting. So we've got to hit all the local county FAs as well, let them know the date, but we can't until we get the date off the Premier League and the PGMOL. Very, very successful we are, aren't we? Even Don't Cross the Line, and we want to be successful. We want to bring you together with us together on the touchlines as well, and we love your support. We'd love you to stop and talk to us. When the microphones come out and you want to do an interview, just tap me on the shoulder and say, Mal, I'm up for it. What are we talking about today? Will you tell me what you want to talk about, especially what's happening in grassroots football? Whether your child's got a birthday, whether your child's got a massive party coming up, whether any guests can go to them, we're not too sure. We'll find out, no doubt, this week. We just want everyone to enjoy themselves, make sure that grassroots football is where it belongs, and we're all working as a team, singing off the same song sheet. We say it week in, week out, and we want you to support us, we want to support you, and we want everyone together, being as one big happy family, one big happy football family. And not just that, we've got the Special Olympics, I'm sure, Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're getting them on board as well. If you can hear that frog in my throat, it definitely is my sore throat. It's not a sore throat, it's just a voice that goes because I don't shut up, according to Paul the Rudd. And you can hear the breaking it, and this is why I'm trying to get a nice hot cup of tea, because when it goes, it goes. So you'll have to put up with me. It'll be very low. I'll turn the volume up on the microphones on the DXL TV, camera, everything, the podcast, and KCC Live 99.8 FM. We're on the show this Tuesday, 8 till 9. Please tune in. Tune in to us as well. This is the last show, 7 PM. You'll see this scheduled on YouTube. Please don't miss these shows. Give your feedback. Subscribe to us. It costs nothing just to subscribe and watch us and get involved with us. That's what we want. All these people who are involved in grassroots football, just get involved with Don't Cross the Line, the XTL TV from the touchlines. And what we do on the touchlines, we try and protect the referee, because some irate parents and spectators out there just don't want to protect the referee and want to blame the referee for every decision that is made in grassroots football. Well, we're there to try and support the referees and make sure that doesn't happen. And we've been doing that since 2003, successfully, very successfully. Thank you very, very much indeed. Wow, can't wait for our new equipment to come. Can't wait for our new t-shirts to come. Can't wait for our logos, our banners, everything to come and show you exactly what we need to do. It's starting to pick up. By next week, by the week after, we should have something that is absolutely extra special, and we'll let you know, our viewers, our listeners, first because you're part of us, you're part of Don't Cross the Line, you support us with the Respect programme. So each and every one of you out there, please keep continuing to tune in, because we'll be back again this Tuesday, 8 till 9 o'clock, KCC Live 99.8 FM. Please tune in. Also, this coming weekend, Friday, 7 p.m. on the Don't Cross the Line podcast show, Saturday 7 p.m, Sunday 7 p.m. And I think there's a little bit of something called a derby that's going ahead next Saturday. The Premier League will be back, but we'll be back as well. So in the meantime, thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in to us. We'll see you Tuesday night on KCC Live. We'll see you on Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday night. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme. Have a great evening, put your feet up, relax, and we'll see you next week. Good night, God bless.